Proper installation of this floor coating system requires the following products or equivalent: safety gear, brushes, rollers, roller frame and pole, 5-gallon bucket and measuring cups, a pair of spiked shoes, leaf blower, diamond grinder, vacuum, putty knife, scraper, and drop cloth. This product can be applied in temperatures ranging from -20 to 200 degrees Fahrenheit, interior applications as well as exterior applications. Any imperfections in the concrete, like chips or cracks, need to be corrected prior to grinding. This can be achieved by using the recommended patch material. This material is a 1-to-1 mix. Just add sand into it and fill in any imperfections. Allow up to 20 minutes or so, then diamond grind smooth. Now let's grind. It is important to grind the concrete correctly so the coating applied later will soak into the pores and lock itself in. For best results, use a 60 to 80 grit diamond. It is helpful to have a small hand grinder on hand to get up close towards the walls or for any patch repair work. It can be utilized in tight corners, especially along the wall. Other things to consider when using this small hand grinder is to keep in a circular motion moving at all times. This avoids any deep grooves. You want to thoroughly vacuum and blow out all dust of the concrete as much as possible. It is very important that the dust is completely removed to ensure proper adhesion of the coating. It helps to blow the garage floor out 2 to 3 times. The finished profile you're looking for is to remove about 90% of the cream from the concrete, especially in high traffic areas. Once all of your protective clothing has been put on, make sure you have a convenient mixing station set up with a drop cloth underneath it to catch any spills. Let's get started. We are going to start out with a pigmented prime coat. Mix the product to spec and mix 1 gallon at a time. Start out by cutting in and coming away from the wall 3 to 4 inches and tapering off. This makes it easier for the person rolling to cover all areas. Give this coat anywhere from 45 to 55 minutes to dry, depending on temperature, especially before proceeding to the next step. For the next step, have a couple of 5-gallon buckets filled with color chips, and put your spiked shoes on and safety gear. Start cutting in just like the prime coat. Once the first square is all cut in, roll out your puddle. Then cross roll to even out the product even as possible. Once the top two squares are all cut in and rolled out, start distributing your color chips into it. Remember, try to cover the floor as even as possible with the color chips. Test the chip by pressing your thumb into it and twisting your thumb to see if the chips move. If the chips don't move, you're ready for the next step. Blow all the loose chips to the back of the garage into one corner and pick up. You can reuse these chips. Start scraping in one direction, then in the opposite direction. Apply a little bit of pressure while scraping. The better you scrape the floor, the better result you will have in the end with your texture and finish coat. Once the floor is all scraped, blow all the chips to the back of the corner of the garage and clean up once again. After all this is done, blow the garage out 2 to 3 times to make sure all the loose chips are blown out of the garage. And also blow off the driveway so no debris can blow in later on your top coat. Put on your safety gear and spike shoes. Start to mix your product. Don't forget, mix your product to spec in 1 gallon at a time. Start off the same way like the last 2 coats. Once the square is all cut in and rolled out, proceed to roll out in the opposite direction. This will eliminate any roller marks and will even out your product. Good job, guys. You're all done. 3 hours walk on time and 24 hours drive on time. This floor only took 8 hours at 900 square feet. You're back in business before you know it.